Hello, this is Sonny Stevenson, and this is the video evaluation for my final major project. So, for those of you who don't know, my final major project, I am making a 4-track EP. It was originally going to be 6, however, as the deadline was moved forwards, I had to reduce it down to a 4-track EP of instrumental 90s style beats using samples which I found in various places. For example, my nan's loft, record shops, charity shops. So for this first track, I named it the Buffalo Boy because originally I was going to use this sample from a Vietnamese film called The Buffalo Boy. However, I then ended up scrapping that and using a sample from an even older film called Captain Scarlet. Um, the main sample that I used for the melody is from a 1966 show called Mame. Um, I found it in a charity shop, thought it was really good, so ended up using it. That's the sample there. I just used the banjo from the first couple of bars, but it didn't quite sound right, didn't quite loop properly, so I ended up playing it in reverse and thought it sounded perfect. For this second one here, I learned how to use multipressor or multi-compressor from this video on my research tab. Like I've mentioned in my research tab, it was so handy. I don't know how, but I somehow stumbled across it, and it was just perfect for what I needed. I ended up using it instead of the compressor for most of my tracks. Because it just gives you, it's like a compressor and an EQ in one. It's just I really like the how it works, and it's easy to use. The drum beat, I used this video here, Drum Machine Designer, to make the drum beat. However, I didn't really use it so much in most of my other tracks. This was early on when I was experimenting with the drum beat. I've come to the conclusion that it's better to just have multiple tracks, one for each instrument. For example, a track for the kick, a track for the hi-hat, a track for the snare, blah, blah, blah. But at the time, I quite liked using Drum Machine Designer. It's quite easy to use. You can see everything laid out clearly here and change the instruments. So, so yeah, I used it for this track. I also sampled Vinyl Scratch from this track here. This artist, I really like him. He's a great producer. I've taken some inspiration, and he has a vinyl scratch at the beginning of, I think, this one. I think I played it in reverse here. I thought it sounded really nice with my track. I also used a song from a film called Apocalypse Now, which you may or may not have heard of. I really liked it, so I used that, and I've got it in the lower octave there, and even lower octave at the end there. That's just the Vietnamese sample which I ended up scrapping. And this here, the 808. So I really wanted to have an 808 glide at the end of this little sample and break that comes into the new bar. However, I couldn't get it right. I've tried everything. I watched videos, and it just didn't quite sound right. I ended up using this Alchemy 808. I used 808s from Looperman. I tried using the original sampler instead of quick sampler. I was told that was quite a good way of doing it. I saw that on a video, which is also my research tab that I found when I was researching how to make 808s. But in the end, I just gave up on it and scrapped it. So yeah, that's basically it for my first track. I hope you enjoyed it. Personally, I'm really proud of it. The only negative would be the 808, missing 808 glide there. However, I think if we'd been in college more, obviously because of Corona, I haven't been in college that much. I've just been at home and researching on my own on YouTube and stuff. I reckon if I'd been in college speaking to teachers more frequently, I may have been properly taught how to make an 808 by teachers in the classroom. Other than that, I'm really happy with it.